Hello. Today I want to talk about the why behind the needle. So, have you ever walked into a clothing store, seen a price tag that made your eyes water, and thought to yourself, I could probably make that for 20 bucks? Or maybe you found the perfect pair of jeans, but they're 2 inches too long and they've been sitting in your closet for months because you just don't know how to hem them. Well, welcome back to So What, the podcast where I hold your hands through your beginner sewing journey. Today, we are taking a deep dive into a topic that's close to my heart, but also incredibly practical for your life and your wallet. So, we've been talking about why sewing is an essential high value skill in 2026 and beyond. Whether you're a total beginner or someone who's been thinking about it for years, this episode is for you. Now, let's talk about how a simple needle and thread can actually change your life. So, the first thing is breaking down the fast fashion cycle. The first reason sewing is so important is sustainability. We live in an era of fast fashion and clothes are made to be disposable. But when you learn to sew, you stop being just a consumer and you become an actual creator. Think about the cost per wear when you sew your own clothes. You choose the fabric quality, you're not wearing cheap polyester that falls apart after 3 washes. You're wearing linen, cotton, or wool that lasts a decade, if not more. Now, there's a massive ethical shift happening. And by making your own clothes, you're stepping away from unethical manufacturing practices and towards a more conscious, slow fashion lifestyle. You aren't just making a shirt, you're making a statement. Number two, the perfect fit. This is all about body positivity. Reason number two is confidence. Let's be honest, standard clothing sizes are a lie. It's based on a mathematical average that doesn't always exist. So when you know how to sew, the clothes fit you, they fit better. And if you have a small waist but wider hips, or if you're petite or have broad shoulders like I do, sewing allows you to customize garments to your own unique proportions. There's no greater confidence boost than wearing a garment that was literally engineered for your body. So it changes how you walk, how you carry yourself, and how you feel about your image. Now let's address pillar number three, mental health and the flow state. This one is often overlooked, but it is vital. Your mental health benefits. Sewing is a form of creative mindfulness. When you're focused on the same allowance, the tension of the thread, the rhythm of the machine, the noise of the world goes quiet. Psychologists call this the flow state. It is a meditative practice that reduces stress and anxiety. In a world where we spend 8 hours a day looking at a computer screen, doing something tactile with your hands, feeling the texture of the fabric is incredibly grounding. It's digital detox in its most productive form. Now, practicality and financial freedom. Let's talk numbers. The economic value, basic sewing skills like hemming pants, replacing a zipper, mending a tear, they all save you hundreds of dollars over a period of time in tailoring fees and replacement costs. Beyond mending, though, think about your home. Curtains, throw pillows, tote bags, holiday gifts. These are all things that you can actually create for a fraction of the retail price. Sewing is a skill that pays for itself. In fact, many people start exactly where you are today and eventually they turn this hobby into a side hustle like I have or a small business. It is a high income skill masquerading as a craft. I want to share this video with you because it literally just came out a few days ago. It shows an information about how sewing is becoming more and more important in the day we live in today. So I'll pause here so you can listen to it.
I have some news for you that won't horrify you and may even be like a good conversation starter. You probably haven't seen this, but there is a massive shortage of tailors in the United States right now. And with the rise of people on digital media more than often and taking weight loss drugs like Wegovy and Ozempic and tirzepatide and all that, folks are in need of alterations for their clothing. This is especially true of older people who have built their wardrobe over decades and don't have the money to just go out and buy all new stuff. So they are seeking alterations, but the US Bureau of Labor Statistics estimates that there are less than 17,000 tailors nationwide. That is a 30% decline from a decade earlier. And the age of these tailors is getting older and older. The average age right now is 54. Becoming a tailor or a seamstress is something that you as a young person might actually want to consider getting into. It is one of the only AI-proof industries. While artificial intelligence can automate pattern making, experts are saying that human craftsmanship remains essential to this industry.
Now, if you've been on the fence, let this be your sign to start. You don't need $1,000 machine or a dedicated studio. You just need the willingness to make a few mistakes and the curiosity to learn. If you're ready to start your journey, I've put together a beginner sewing kit guide in the description box below, and I want to hear from you. What is the one thing that you've always wanted to make but were too afraid to try? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you want to learn how to sew from scratch, one stitch at a time, I'm your person. My name is Joy, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy sewing!